Hello and welcome back to episode number 2 of the first look at Quasar 4X. Thank you guys as well for all the support on episode number 1. I hope you guys are enjoying the series, and if you do enjoy the series and want to see more of it, please leave a like and a comment. It really does help me out, and also maybe even consider becoming a YouTube member. Now, where were we? We had 2 survey fleets. Survey Fleet 1 and Survey Fleet 2, the UNS Intrepid and the UNS Discovery. Both vessels currently surveying. We managed to survey Mercury, and we found quite a bit of uranium, as well as gallicite and a little bit of boronite. We also found a few resources on some of these worlds, but we're going to be showing a little bit of a trick you can do in VB6 to kind of improve our situation. But before we do that, I want to point something out really quick for you guys. If you are on a smaller monitor, then you should be able to find the settings in here. If you go to Quasar 4X, you go to settings, and you go over to this location, you can get a load of really cool settings. Specifically, you can disable a few things, but also you can shrink to fit small displays, which downscales everything to run at a better display resolution for your display. So if you're on like a laptop, a very small resolution, then you can use that. Furthermore, there are also a bunch of other things here, and you can also put your separator differences, and yeah, there's just a lot you can do there for compatibility and accessibility. Something else I want to say is that one of Quasar's biggest benefits that someone pointed out in the last episode that I forgot to mention because I don't use it myself is native compatibility with Linux. So if you use Linux, then you can use this. You can run Quasar 4X completely fine. A raw 4X C# can be run on Linux, but it's a little bit of a pain in the ass from what I've heard. So keep that in mind. Either way, there's a lot of amazing accessibility features in Quasar, and so you guys will really, be able to play this game really no matter who you are, and that's really awesome. So we'll keep that in mind when you're going forward in the game like this. Let me just move that around. So we're going to continue our surveying, but before we do that, I'm going to go into our solar system view. And this is our solar system. Another great feature of the original VB6 was you got to see these little images of the planets. So you can see Luna, Mars, Jupiter, Ceres, Io, Europa, Ganymede, Callisto, all that stuff. We're going to create a colony on Luna. So that's what we'll do. So we're going to add colony. Then we're going to create a colony on Mars. And we're going to create a colony on Mars, we're going to create a colony on Luna, and then I'm going to go over to Luna, and I'm going to do something. So we're going to basically just spawn our geology team on Luna, which is, you can do. We're going to create that team. We need 5 people in that team to be created, and they will then survey the planet for extra resources after a certain time. So that'll be geological survey time quite a while, probably, but that'll tell us if there are any extra resources on Luna, even though there are no current resources on the planet. Now, moving forward, something I really want to focus on is going to be research, and is going to be construction. So to get what we want, we're going to need to start designing and building more commercial shipyards so that we can actually build freighters and cargo ships, really what we need to be able to populate the system, which is exactly what I want to do. We're also going to need that research, so we're currently researching cargo handling. Now, cargo handling is not as important as you may think. Also, I'm not sure why the completion date is not available there. Let me just cancel that and sort that out again. Logistics and combat, we'll go for cargo handling. There we go, 600 RP. We're currently trying to get this cargo handling system sorted so that we can then improve our situation regarding moving cryo transports around. Now, an important difference between this game and C# is that you do not actually need cargo handling systems or cargo shuttles to unload things or load things. But you want cargo handling systems, which are basically the same as shuttles, except for they don't have that requirement of you need them to unload and load things. But they help definitely with that unloading and loading progress and capability. So keep that in mind. So let's continue incrementing along here. We're just going to do 5-day increments as our fleet begins surveying across the solar system. Did we find any extra resources? Not that I can tell. We found out that they do not believe there's any extra resources on Luna, however. So if we bring that up, if we look at our events, here we go. They do not believe that there are any mineral deposits on the lunar surface. So we're going to tell them, okay, we'll have you leave. So we're just going to disband the team. Then we're going to go over here and we're going to do the exact same thing. And we're going to create a team over on Mars. Have we surveyed Mars, by the way? Let me turn on display information. I want to turn on display 2, show colonies with minerals. Can I not do that? Just survey points, asteroids with minerals, show surveyed bodies. There we go. So we can now show which bodies have mineral concentrations, and we can also show which bodies have been essentially surveyed. So we still have not surveyed Mars, so we'll have to wait for that to occur. But yeah. Cannot begin on Mars because of we need to do the orbital survey. Okay, I'm going to order Survey Fleet 2 then to remove all, head over to Mars and begin a geological survey of the planet. Because I would like to know more about Mars sooner at this point. So there we go. We found the following resources. Quite a bit actually on Mars. 2.2 million tons of gallicite at 0.5 excess is really nice. 1.8 million tons of boronite and then 0.8 million tons of uranium. That's pretty good on the Mars front. So we're going to want to colonize Mars. We're going to want to colonize Mercury and Luna, as they all seem to have pretty good amounts of resources. The only thing I'm missing here is going to be corundium, because we're going to need corundium to be able to actually, service our industry. To be able to build mines, to be able to supply planets with those mines, to mine minerals and do a lot more with them. We should have our cargo handling system done shortly. We'll also have that extra fuel efficiency done here soon, which will be nice. Okay, so Fleet 1's going to head back home as we're surveying our asteroid belt here. Slowly but surely we are. Minerals discovered on Saturn. We found some thorium. We also found some magnesium. Cargo handling system has also completed. Did I put the wrong team on Mars? No, I put the right team. Oh, we just have a diplomatic teams. A lot of diplomatic teams, actually. That's weird. But we do apparently have them available. Research. We're going to now take our research that we got from our logistics and cargo, and I'm going to now put this into ground construction and production. And I'm going to focus this on to thorium harvester. I want to get up a thorium station if possible. I haven't really done stations in this, but I know they have been added into this game. So and they weren't in the original VV6, but they're using the same orbital habitat system. So we'll have to see. Either way, we just finished up all of our extra yards, and that means that we now have our fuel coming in, or not all the extra yards, but a bunch of our research. But Jupiter, let's have a look. 18 million tons. 92 million tons on Neptune at 0.8 access. That's fantastic. Io, oh my god, Io has a lot of stuff. Corundium at accessibility 1, 2 million tons. Titan, Thorium, Triton. This is one of the richest solar systems I've ever seen in my life. We have 5.3 million tons of uranium, 650,000 tons of cobalt, tritanium, boronite, magnesium, renderite, but most importantly, that 2 million tons of corundium. We are going to be set in this solar system, so that is fantastic. And we also have the thorium to back it up for our fuel. Now we just need to exploit our area. So let me go over to Io. Here it is. We're going to create a colony on Io, because that's going to be very, very important going forward, actually. And let's just do 5-day increments now. Uranus, Survey Fleet 2 is continuing its surveillance as well. Are there any extra resources we're able to get from any of these areas? Not that I can see. Uranus did not have any extra resources, but that's fine. Okay, research should be done on the extra fuel efficiency here now soon, and then we can begin to design ourselves our freighters and our cargo colony vessels. So first thing that we need to do is we're going to go over here, we're going to design a new vessel. And I'm going to design new tech. I'm going to design a new engine. So we're going to go for this engine. I want to go for a size 50 engine with a 0.5 HS. And then we're going to create that design. So that's create the project. And then we're going to order research for said project immediately. So pound propulsion. And I want commercial nuclear thermal engines there. And that'll be done on August. We're also waiting for our industry to pick up so that we have a shipyard available, which will be important going forward. So mineral shortage in production of shipyard. Okay, we'll cancel this shipyard then. But that now does give us this one. I'm going to capacity upgrade this to a capacity of 3. Let's go for 40,000 tons. It shouldn't be that costly. It's still going to cost us quite a bit, 360 uranium. We're not mining that much uranium, unfortunately. We need to increase our mines. So I'm going to order up construction of another. I'm going to order construction of 100 and let's do 120 mines at 60%. Then I'm going to do 30 construction factories at 30%. And then I'm going to put in labs, 5 labs at 10%, because we're going to need to get our research improved if possible. Uranium shortages causing issues, but hopefully that should sort itself out. It's not, so I'm gonna have to cancel construction of the research labs and just hope that they can handle that projected usage. Anyhow, still gonna have that shortage in uranium, still gonna have the other shortages, which is kind of a problem. So I'm gonna just cancel those. And I'm just gonna pause the mines for now until we have our uranium situation sorted out. We're continuing our surveying of the outer solar system, and that's going well so far. Suffered a maintenance failure, but ship's fine. That's good news. And given conditional order to refuel. Okay, that's good. We're going to need to also plan out some other stuff as well regarding this, but we should have the commercial engine done here soon. We need to get that shipyard to capacity upgrade as much as we can. That'll be done on the 2029. On the 5th of October. So, yeah, I'm just going to do auto turns, no interrupts, please. And then you're just going to do 5-day increments. It's kind of dangerous to do none of that, though. So I'll just do auto turns, then 5-day. Okay, 5-day. And then we have our commercial nuclear thermal engine, which is fantastic news. And I'm going to then put the extra research straight into pebble bed reactors to try and get us better engines. We're then going to go over here. We're going to go to the design view. We're going to add in our commercial nuclear thermal engines. We're going to add, I think, 4 of these. Add ourselves in a cargo hold. So let's go to transport and handling. One of these. Then a couple cargo holding systems. There we go. That gives us 37,100 tons. We're going to give them conscript status. And then we're going to add extra fuel in. So large. That gives us 60 billion kilometers. Let's go for... That's a little bit too much fuel. We'll go for 1 million liters of fuel per vessel, 500 build point cost, and that works just fine for us for our purposes. So we now have that vessel. We're going to copy this design now, and we're going to select a new name. We'll name it after, we'll call it the Assad class vessel. And then I'm going to take away the cargo hold, and I'm going to put in the cryogenic transports for people. So 100,000 people. And then if we go over to DAC, you can see. So this is the right thing about U6 it shows you if there's other ships that are eligible. So there we go. We are eligible. If we did put this into the shipyard, we'll be able to build a Napoleon class vessel, and that's what we'll be doing. We just have to wait for the shipyard to increase its tonnage, which is going to take quite a bit of time. So yeah, we're just going to have to wait on that. What we can do, however, is as we wait, is just increment along and continue our survey of the system, which we should be finishing up fairly shortly here. Conditional order, yeah, it keeps giving conditional orders and it tells to head back. I wish it didn't do that, because it's kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie, because they're gonna be constantly refueling. But it's fine. We're going to, yeah, as I said, we're continuing our surveying and it's going really, really well. No issues at all, really. I want to get our colony set up here, though, as soon as we can, really. What is our capacity currently on the shipyards? Capacity is looking okay. Stockpile, we actually have some stockpile left, so I'm going to unpause these. I'm going to go for 100%. We need to get our mines up because we're not actually able to produce enough uranium. So I'm going to go 100% into those, and those will be done in 2 years. So auto turns, we'll do no interrupts, and we'll continue on. And now, yeah, we're just kind of waiting at this point. Okay, Survey Fleet 1 is pretty much finished up, so we're going to tell Survey Fleet 1, head back to Earth, do a refuel, resupply, and then we're going to have you just end your special orders there. But the Intrepid has completed its service, and a good job to its commanders and to its people. We We also now have civilian administrators on these worlds. It seems like it's auto-assigned, which is really, really nice. So, yeah, there's a lot of resources on this on Mars, which we can mine up. Uranium, Io though is impressive. We need to colonize Io. The problem is it is that extra bit of colony cost, which definitely means that it's colony cost like 6, and so that's gonna be a little bit of a problem in regards to booming population of that. But it's not impossible like some of the other worlds. Bunch of assignments going on right there. And continuing our survey status, and Survey Fleet 2 has completed orders and is now done with its survey of the system, so we pretty much surveyed the entire system at this point. And with that fact now at hand, we can prepare for the next phase of our exploration, which is going to be, of course, building and designing new vessels, and also sorting out both fuel, minerals, and colonial ties to different worlds, and that's really where I'm going to be focusing on. Okay, Consumer capacity upgrade has finished, so we're now going to design it ourselves, and we're going to put into here, we're going to do I'm going to add an extra slipway first. Oh no, we're going to do resoul first. Go for the SAD, and I also need to go over here, and I'm going to go to the Assad. I'm going to give it the designation colony ship. I'm going to give the Napoleon the designation cargo ship. That was my fault. Then we're going to go over to here. We're going to build ourselves one. We can also build a Napoleon. So that's really, really cool that we can now build a Napoleon. But we're going to build ourselves a Napoleon first. We're going to build that into the shipyard task group, and we're going to order construction of that vessel. We're then going to add an extra slipway onto this immediately, and hope that will then allow us to build more of the vessels that we really need. I'm also going to start taking away some laboratories from other areas soon to go for actual weapons, specifically because we're going to need to actually protect our colonies, and to protect our colonies, we're going to design actual vessels, which that'll take a little bit of time and research. Okay, looks like they said that they couldn't find anything extra on Mars. They completed it. Yeah, they didn't find anything extra. So we're now going to take the team off the planet. So disband the team, and I'm going to take it over to Io, and we're going to sort out 5 guys to be assigned. There we go, rating 99. So 5 people, and hopefully if Io has extra resources, Io could be the breadbasket of the entire system with the amount of resources, and we might even need to have station defensive works there eventually, and a bunch of other useful things. Okay, January currently. Does not believe any, so it looks like it wasn't able to find anything on Io. First Napoleon class vessel has completed construction. I'm now going to order up the construction of an Assad class vessel. This will take a little bit longer, of course, because it's a lot more expensive. But we do have our first freighter now complete, and with our first freighter, we're going to need to move infrastructure, but we don't have any infrastructure currently available because I was not keeping that in mind. So I'm going to now take away a good 50% of this industrial capacity. And I'm going to move that into, I want 4,000 units of infrastructure, and then we also want to probably look into terraforming here, surely. So just do 5-day increments. Shipyard task group is not able to carry out orders. I don't know why that was doing that, but we're going to detach you, and you're now in your own freighter. We're going to rename this task group to the first colonial cargo group. There we go, and we'll move that out when we can, but for now they can wait. First cargo group is carry out special survey orders. Oh yeah, because I made a mistake here, didn't I? Well, just do that. Do that, and I'm just going to remove all of these things. Good. Okay, and now just continue on our 5-day increments. We're trying to build that now colony ship to launch it, and then we're going to colonize Luna and then Mars. Oh yeah, we don't have enough maintenance facility, do we? Okay, I'm going to order the scrapping of those 2 vessels then, because we can't actually maintain them. So the Discovery and the Intrepid, we're going to scrap both of those. Okay, we're looking for 2042 when we can start to get our first colonies moved out. And there we go, we just scrapped all of those vessels. We have our first little bits of infrastructure now being complete. We have 1,000 infrastructure done. Shortage and production of infrastructure. We're not able to actually keep our head enough in terms of producing, but we got enough infrastructure for now. I'm going to order the first colonial cargo group to now load up that infrastructure, bring it over to Luna, and then refuel from colony. And we're just going to repeat this. Should be able to carry 10 infrastructure, so we're going to repeat this a good 99 times. Shouldn't take too long. So just 5 increments. And there we go. Now we have our own freighters being established, which is really nice to see. We've even got a civilian mining colony, which has established itself on Titan. Now, Titan actually has quite a few resources, so we probably want to mine that ourselves, ideally speaking. But we can now begin our colonization efforts, especially once we finish our cargo ship here. But we have now got commercial freighters, which will help with the economy. And we finished up our construction of mines. So I'm now going to unpause this, and I'm going to continue our construction of infrastructure. 3,600 stockpile plus production projected usage. Yeah, we can't really do that, can we? So I'm gonna, we'll keep it for now. We can construct the amount that we need. First colonial cargo groups complete orders, which now means that we should have over on Luna. We should have 1,000 infrastructure, which means we can support a population of 5 million people, which is lovely to see. We should be finishing up Sorium Harvester here soon, so we can start to think about Sorium harvesting. We've got a shortage in Duranium, which is, again, another issue. We keep having these shortages in Duranium, so I'm just going to pause this and wait for a stockpile to increase. At least until we can continue. Yeah, that's the problem, is the amount of usages we're needing from it. Either way, we should be fine. Scholar, wait. Research in Sorium Harvester complete, so I'm now going to put research into a couple of things. First thing I'm going to put research into is we're going to go for an infrared laser. Create that. Then we're going to go for infrared laser, and then we're going to go for 10 centimeter laser after that laser. So Q. Then we need sensors and fire controls. I'm going to start putting research into active grav sensors, as well as beam fire control range. So Q that. And then beam fire control range active, and then we already have fire control speed, so we'll be good for that. And then I'm going to put rest into getting us better engine technologies, which is what we'll need. We should be coming up now to the first vessel. Civilian colony, mining colony established on Triton next. Triton has a few resources, but I'll leave it to where I'll leave it to where it needs to be. I'm not going to meddle in that affair. New colony has been established. Further governors have been established, and we're now just waiting for our first colony ship to begin our colonization efforts of the solar system. So there we go. Another civilian. Oh, colonies are being established, which is nice. We're just, as I said, waiting on that vessel to be constructed, which might take quite a bit of time. Pale bed reactors have now completed, so I'm going to go and assign into. Let's go for better fuel efficiency. That's going to be very important to get that fuel efficiency down so that we don't drain our cargo capability. We just finished construction here. I'm going to then order up the construction of another Napoleon. Let's order that up. And when are we finishing off with our Assad? That'll be done September of next year. So let's do 30-day increments. Hopefully shouldn't take too long then. There we go. And another civilian mining colony was established on Faye. And there we go. Our side class vessel has been built. So I'm now going to detach you. And I'm going to rename you to rename task group to the first colony transport group. And we're going to load up colonists, and then we're going to unload said colonists onto Luna. So Luna refuel. So just do that once, and then that should start off the everything that we need. There we go. So now that means we should have people on Luna, which is fantastic news. We need to get people onto Mars, though, because I want to start mining Mars, and we only need 200 infrastructure per population. Earth, why don't we resume our construction of that? We have the stockpile to handle it. And I'm going to order the colonial cargo transport group to load up infrastructure and then take that over to Mars. And then refuel from colony, and then we're going to cycle those moves, okay? And hopefully that should work out. Okay, another Napoleon class was built, which is good news. I'm going to order up the construction of 2 more Napoleon class vessels. We're going to assign that to the shipyard task group. So 1, 2. Let me have a look at current shipyard priorities. Let's have a look at naval organization. I mean, there was an issue, right? Wasn't there? First cargo groups and they have to carry out survey orders. Oh God, you already have the issue as well. No, stop that. Hopefully that should sort itself out. We just got the infrared laser finished research, which is good news. Why does it keep showing that they want to survey? No, stop surveying. Stop trying to survey. Okay, we should have infrastructure now on Mars. How much? God damn, a lot of civilian mining colonies are being set up across the system. 402. We have 40 infrastructure, so that's going to take us quite a bit of time, actually, to move all the infrastructure around. We're looking for a colony ship of a colonial colony ship, realistically speaking here. Yeah, okay. Fuel consumption's also looking okay. Trying to get 10-meter lasers. Once the fuel consumption's done, we'll go for some other research. But now that we have nuclear pulse, that just gives a lot better capabilities. I'm going to order the expansion of this slipway to go to 10,000 tons. With the express purpose of using that for a future jump-capable survey class vessel. I also now want to have a look at possible thorium harvesting and tankers, but that is a little bit far off until we can start establishing colonies around the system, and I also want to establish mines. So I want to establish mines on Mars, I want to establish mines on Io, I want to establish mines on Triton, and I just want mines on Mercury as well. I want to establish mines pretty much everywhere, as well as also colony vessels to begin supporting industry. But there we go. Now we have a colony ship, which is perfect. That we now have a colony ship from other people, and we're also growing infrastructure over on Luna, which is growing and is perfect. So now I'm going to start moving over population to to the colony. So not Napoleon. I'm going to have shipyard unit. You're going to detach, and you're going to join up with the task group. Clone cargo jump. You're going to join, and I'm going to order the colony transport group to load up Earth, load up colonists, take them to Mars, unload, refuel, and then we're going to repeat that 9 times. So that would mean 1 million people moved over. So the colony. Okay, Napoleon complete orders. No further mineral deposits detected. Let's do auto returns, please. Also, they've launched a new fuel harvester, which is good news. But I would like my own fuel harvesting capabilities, please. So let me see if I can actually design myself a fuel harvester. But I think we're going to need orbital habitats for that, for what I want. So we're going to have to research orbital habitats, which is in logistics. Yeah, it is. It's in logistics. Are you sure that's what I need? Let me have a look. Let's create a new design. Thorium harvester. Using 40,000 liters. What if I put no armor on? I mean, that just does give it no armor. I mean, we could just make a vessel, but then I want to actually build it in industry, which is the problem. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait until we can make it an orbital habitat. So we'll have to research that. Which we don't really have many labs for right now. How is that industry coming? We're going to have that done shortly. I'm going to order up another 150 mines at 60%. Then I'm going to order 30% into research labs. And then I want the last 10% to be done into maintenance facility. Oh, that's a little bit expensive. Yeah, we'll just put. I want 10 labs at 40%. With the hopes that we can mine enough uranium. We're going to need to start mining that uranium and bringing it back to our colonies somewhat shortly if we can. Construction of miners can begin on Earth. Research lab begin on Earth. 40% of industry. Yeah, okay, that's good. And now Earth should be starting to Mars should be starting to thrive, and we'll start moving over stuff to Mars when we can. But Mars now has able to support a pretty decent population, and we can also support a pretty goddamn decent population over here on Luna because they're moving so much infrastructure over to Luna. It's just the colony ships. We need to be loading colonists and then bringing them back. Okay, good. Looks like we do now have colonists moved over. And we should have laser focal size done shortly, and then we can also get active gravitons, and then we can start designing like an actual small patrol boat for protection duties. So now I'm going to put power propulsion. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to order you to begin research into nuclear pulse engines, please. Yeah, nuclear pulse engines. We might as well. That's something that we're going to need before. I want to have at least nuclear pulse before we leave the system, that's for sure. Okay, let's add colony ships and actually moving colonists back and forth, which is perfect news. And that now means Mars and Luna are both growing. We currently have 1 million workers available, so that means that we can basically have 20 mines on this colony. But for those mines, we're going to need to have mass drivers. We're also going to need to just have enough population, realistically speaking. So I'm going to order up 4 mass drivers at 10% requirement. Okay. And I'll up-queue that. Can I up-queue that? I will get it sorted out. Should do anyway. There we go. Yeah, mass drivers are on the way, as well as a bunch of other stuff. And then we're also expanding our shipyards, of course. No extra vessels we're producing at the moment because we don't really need to, as our civilian economy is kind of handling most of it. Managed to get an active research lab. We'll put that onto here. Again, that's one of the problems. There's no new labs feature, which I have an issue with. But it's fine. This is the old way of having to deal with it. But now that we're colonizing Mars, which is going really, really nicely, Mars can now support 6.5 million people. And then we will start mining all this lovely uranium and lovely galacite. I then also want to focus on Io whenever possible because, by God, it's a pretty damn juicy world. Though, again, the colony cost is not doing too good. If you have a look at the environment, it's the temperature. We'd have to pump in a bunch of gases. So I think next episode we're going to look at orbital habitats, fuel harvesters, continue our exploitation of the solar system, and then look towards the next episode of that, look towards jump capable vessels to leave the solar system and explore. But so far, really great start, a lot of resources, a lot of capabilities, and we've got a great base to start this series off with. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and goodbye.